Hi everybody, it's Miss Julia here. This video that we're going to do today is about a tonal picture done with pencil. So I'm going to do a scenery picture, and I want to show you a different way other than sketching that your typical line on line. This is more of a tonal piece where you eliminate your outlines with highlight and shadow. So I'm just going to do a quick little video, but feel free to change that to a scene that you know from your cottage, or you've taken a picture from a vacation, and use the same concepts but on a picture of your own, or try this one as well. So have fun with it, and I will walk you through it. So this drawing challenge today is going to be with graphite. So graphite is pencil. I'm going to use a 4B pencil for this so that you're able to see it. And I want it to be a little bit darker because I want to be able to blend it. So we're going to just start off with a horizon line at about the third of your sheet. So right about the third, we're going to put a horizon line. Don't worry about whether or not it's ruler straight, because your eye would naturally not see it that straight. There'd be things that would interrupt that horizontal line. Okay, now what I'm going to do is at this third, I'm just going to start a ground line of rocks. Don't make it look like they're all even. Kind of make some that are jagged, some that are rounded. Think of Northern Ontario, nothing's perfect. Okay, now I'm going to add right in this, towards the center of my piece. I'm going to just start in here. I'm going to lean this in to keep your eye moving into the picture. I'm going to put an old fence post. I'm going to make it look kind of weathered at the top, like it's been there for a while at the shore. And I'm going to add a few lines to give the impression of wood grain. Like this. And I'm making my image quite dark because we're going to add graphite over the whole thing, so I don't want to lose my sketch. All right. Now, we're just going to start with a simple sketch like this, and then we're going to go ahead and add in the graphite. So I'm going to take a graphite stick. If you don't have a graphite stick, you can use the side of your pencil, because the side of your pencil is very blendable. But this just goes quicker if you have a graphite stick. I would work with horizontal strokes. And if you notice, I'm just working on a sketch pad. And the reason I work on a sketch pad is it's exactly that, it's padded. So you've got sheets underneath that are cushioning what you're doing. And I'm going right through this post. And I'm only going to work my way horizontally up to my rocks. So I've created a half tone on my paper. So if you're in my art classes, we've done this before where we've added graphite and we've done scenes before. I'm just going to wrap a little bit of Kleenex around my finger, and I'm going to again work with horizontal strokes, and I'm smoothing this. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to just put in a few rocks along this horizon line. If you work your way larger on the outside edges and smaller as you get towards the center, it gives you the impression that the horizon is going in without really slanting those lines in. Now I'm going to take the side of my pencil and I'm going to shade these quite dark at the base. I'm going to leave a little bit of light at the top. Where it meets up with the horizon, I want it to stay flat. Now I'm going to take my eraser, which you can use a knead eraser, you can just use a regular eraser. And I'm going to create in this third of my picture, because that's where my post is leaning, I'm going to erase out a misty sun. So the sun is not bright. This is like an end of the day or the beginning of the day. There we go. Now, if it's not super clear, you can take your finger and rub some of that graphite back and around without really outlining. Now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to just put 1, 2, 3 lines. Those lines are going to become clouds. So I'm going to puff up the top. So a lot of times clouds are flat on the bottom and puffy on the top because they're kind of sitting on the horizon. They're sitting in the atmosphere, just the air itself it's resting on the airstream. So I'm just going to add those clouds like this. So where it cuts in front of the sun, the cloud would become a little more silhouette. So I'm going to add a little shadow to where the cloud is cutting in front of my sun. Now, to make this stand out even more, I'm taking my pencil on its side and I'm darkening above my rocks. I'm working my way up. So it's nice and dark close to the rocks. Working my way up. So it gives the picture more depth to have the sky a little darker at the base. So I'm using my finger this time to blend because your finger is moist and it's not going to take the graphite off like a Kleenex would. It kind of moves it into the sheet so you keep that depth. Now to create a highlight, because obviously your sun is going to be creating a little bit of light on those rocks, I'm going to take a knead eraser because you're able to squish it into a little point and you can just erase out touches of light hitting. What makes a good sketch is your outlines are basically where your sky or where your shadow meets your highlights. So if you still have an outline for your rocks, darken your sky just enough that the outline is gone. Then it makes a much more realistic edge than if you left that outline. So you got to get rid of those outlines. So just kind of lighten up on your stroke of your pencil, go lighter, lighter, lighter until it fades into your sky. And see how much more dramatic the lighting becomes when you do that. It doesn't look cartoony. Highlights are good in cartoons because they make the colors pop. It makes whatever you want the attention to go to. It brings attention to things. But in nature, you want it to look like the way your eye would see it. So I'm going to fade that in. Okay, now for the water, we're going to take the knead eraser and I'm going to just start near the horizon and I'm just going to take little bands of highlight, shimmers of highlight out of my water. I'm just going to have it as it comes towards me. It's just the shimmers are going to get further apart and wider. There we go. Now I'm going to go back to my graphite stick or the side of your pencil and I'm just going to shade my water a little bit in between. You wouldn't see ripples in the water. You're talking probably half a mile away from where that ground line is. So you're not going to see the ripples in the water back there. You're just going to see changes in the value of the gray, the tone of the gray. So as I work my way forward, I want to give some depth down here by the rocks. So I'm going to press into one side of my graphite stick. So I'm leaning into one edge so that I have one real crisp edge and one faded edge. You get better working with these graphite sticks over time. They are a lot of fun and they're quite a good investment if you don't own a graphite stick. I just find I love sketching with these. They're just keeps your sketch loose. So I'm going to take my finger again and I'm just going to blend that in. If I want to add a bit of texture to my water, I can switch back to my pencil or use graphite stick, either one. So where I have these highlights, I could even ripple the water slightly by adding just a little shadow below some of those ripples. And again, you're fading that out as it gets further away from you, not as much detail as you work your way back. Okay, now for my post, I'm going to go up and down with those strokes to get the look of bark, wood grain. I'm going to leave a few little open spots for highlight, and I'm really going to press into some of these edges to create a little touch of highlights. You got to think of where your light is coming here. So I'm going down the back side of this and the underside to create a little more shadow. Don't be afraid of the dark. Go in and press that dark into there. Now, this post looks like it's kind of lonely. It needs a little story. So we're going to add just a hint of wire coming over this post. So I'm just wiggling my line so that it looks like wire. Okay. Then I'm just going to wiggle this down, jiggle this down, bend it a little. Maybe have it go off on the other side. So it looks like at some point there was a fence there that has weathered with age. And I'm just going to add the little crisscrossing lines from that wire. Okay, now I'm going to take my graphite off where I want highlight, just with my knead eraser at the top of that stump. To show off that highlight, I'm just going to shade my water just enough behind that post to again eliminate your outline. Give it a few touches of shadow. Okay, now we're going to work our way down to the rocks. So for the rocks, take the graphite stick, and I want you to shade quite dark at the base of each rock. If you don't have the graphite stick, just use the side of your pencil. So we don't want it to look like the rocks have fringe. We want them to look rounded, jagged. So start off like this, but don't think even. So kind of lighten up on your stroke, and as it comes up the rock, it's getting a little lighter. Top of the rock, keep it kind of highlighted. Okay, now I'm going to take my Kleenex and I'm just going to blend this. If you have a blending stump at home, so you have a blending stump that looks like this, it's a little denser. A lot of times blending stumps have two ends on them, or a tortillon. Tortillon is a smaller blending stump, a little looser, not as tight, and they're great. You just use them on their side and you can move your graphite around like this. All it is rolled up paper, and to clean it off, you just rub it on your eraser to clean it off. So you never want to use a tortillon or a stump on the tip, because then it pushes in. You want to use it on its side like this. So I'm just keeping a bit of a highlight. Again, you know, you want to get rid of any of those outlines. No outlines is the best. You want to just get rid of any pencil outlines like this. It's not that kind of drawing. You don't want those outlines. So I'm going to take my 4B pencil now, and I'm going to press into it. If you have a 6B or an 8B pencil, you got a whole set of pencils. The higher the number, the darker. So the B stands for blacker. So you want to go in with those dark pencils, and you just work your way up, starting with an HB, go to a 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B, and you'll get all those ranges of gray. So it would be awesome if you had a set of pencils. If you don't have a set of pencils, you can get the same effect with your 4B. You just have to press harder. So you get more of an indent in your picture when you're pressing. But you know, when you get where you want to go to the next level of sketching, to change your lead is your best bet. So now I'm going to add just some foliage in the foreground here, a little bit of grass. I think I'll make these, because we're at a shoreline, I'm going to make these cattails. So I'm just going to add a little top on this. Cattails have a little spike. Again, we want to use odd numbers, so I'm going to do 5 this time. And you notice that my cattails are leaning more towards the post, so that your eye is always kind of moving its way around the page. the foliage would be denser at the bottom, so I'm shading the bottom of my plant so they don't look like they're just lonely little sticks. I'm making it much denser at the bottom. Maybe one little guy over here all by himself. Okay, so that's today's challenge. So go ahead and give it a try. This is called a graphite painting.